Hello everyone, Kyle from Off-Road Consulting, and recently we acquired some power tank products, and we're going to do a multi-part video series here about it. First, we're just going to show what we have with the setup, what we like about it, what we don't like about it as a starting point, and then later on we're going to show it in use, airing up tires, seating beads, things like that. I will say from the start, I've never been a huge CO2 tank fan. The reason for that was I never had a filling location nearby. So it was always take it to a place, have it shipped out for a week or two, get it back, and I didn't want to do that with one of my tanks. Now, I created my own system and used my own valve, and it was clunky, it wasn't the nicest, and I would do swap outs with tanks. But even that, then I'd have to take it down, swap it out. My regulator wasn't very nice. It was just kind of a thrown together clunky setup that I put together for about $200–300. So I decided to go with Power Tank setup after talking with Power Tank and numerous other vendors, including Quadratech. Talking with Power Tank, they actually changed my opinion and my want and need for it. So I started acquiring Power Tank products as a test, and I used some of the group from Tread Lightly and Quadratech. I would borrow theirs and play around with it and test and try out different ways. Quite a few people ask me if I really like the setup, and I do. And I was mistaken because once I started doing research, there's plenty of places around to fill the tanks. What I do to offset my need, I have a second tank, so I can swap out at any point, but I also count my fills. And it's not as inconvenient as I thought it would be. It's actually quite easy to plan ahead with it. And now I have 3 tanks because I love the versatility. I have a blue one just like this one on my Jeep that I use all the time. I swap this one out whenever I need the next one. I can go have it filled. I have this one for my trail repair classes and my more mobile unit. Phenomenal piece of equipment. But one thing you also have to understand from Power Tank, the quality of their products. I was overwhelmed with the quality of even just the air fittings and how good every little fitting is. The gauges, all the connection points, they're just so nice and easy to work with. The regulator, it makes it super simple with having it for lockers, air tools, airing up the tire. So literally all you do is turn the valve on, adjust it to what you're doing, and it's already set and ready to go. Really, really simple. And then it purges the line when you're done. You turn the knob and it purges the line and empties it out. So it's really easy when you're disconnecting everything. It's not blowing off at you. The hose isn't flailing around. Makes it really simple. Even down to the quality of the bags, their tire kits. All of it is really high quality stuff. And the vulnerability I thought I would have by having a CO2 tank and not an onboard air, I don't have that vulnerability. I just plan appropriately. So it was more of a planning than a vulnerability issue. Now, for those who are asking about trying to have enough air to, or CO2 to fill up, say 40-inch tires or 30-inch tires, 37-inch tires, where your normal smaller compressor that you would hook to your battery would get hot before you finish. Is this a viable option? Absolutely. You could fill up the 40-inch tires 2 or 3 times at a third of the time without anything heating up. Plus you don't have to have your engine running to do it. Phenomenal setup, and I am more than happy with my Power Tank setup. I wish I would have done this years ago. The versatility of having these bottles to use is perfect. I went with the 15-pound. This one is a 15, this one's the 20. I keep the 15-pound on my Jeep regularly. It's on the back, mounted, locked to the rack, so I can use at any time. I can swap out my spare tank, which is always filled, and always rotate around as I need. Now this is kind of a homemade setup I had. I already had the bottle, so I got the regulator and the handle to attach to it. This one doesn't have the regulator on because the regulator's on the bottle on my Jeep. But even using my own tank that I had, attaching this is a great setup that I can use at home for doing different things with the air tools. I can use it for my trail repair. I can use it for all different types of things because it's mobile. Easy, simple to use. And like I said, I should have done this years ago. I'm very happy with how quick, how easy airing up with this is. Thank you.